Venice Beach is the site for the Atlas Stones as we determine the two finalists from group number one. Right now, let's check in with Bill Kazmaier.
This is a tremendous test of overall body strength, but as our signature event, our strongmen have become just so proficient. They need to attack the 5 stones, which range from 275 to 405 pounds, but can't afford any physical or mental lapses. There's just so little separation between the athletes.
All right, thanks, Kaz. Lithuania's Zydrunas Savickas has the overall lead with 25.5 points. Then it's JF Caron of Canada with 24. Derek Poundstone is in third and will need to beat at least one of the guys above him in the standings if he wants to reach the final.
From England,
and Poundstone is matched up against England's Jack McIntosh in the penultimate heat. McIntosh isn't a player in the battle for the final, so this will just be another event in the education of a strong man. Next to him, American Derek Poundstone. Now, he knows that only 2 men from the group will advance, so he has to complete all 5 stones. We've already had one heat complete the Atlas Stones, and both Mateusz Baron of Poland and Frankie Skeen of South Africa were only able to lift 3 stones. So here we go. It's Poundstone on the left, McIntosh on the right.
Hang on, behind the white line, Derek. Ready?
Poundstone seemed to really be playing it safe there. Doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry. Struggles just to get the first one up on the platform. He looks a little quicker with stone number 2. But man, he should be running back and forth and ripping these things off the ground as fast as possible. There's a chance to go to the final on the line here. It's now or never. He's got to be intense. He's got to be determined. He's got to be hungry. I'm not seeing it, Todd.
That 4th stone, 360 pounds, so he's on to the 5th and final one, Phil. That's 405 pounds.
You know, it's not a bad run so far, but it's just not very fast, Todd.
He's got to get it up, and he does. Stops the clock at 51.94 seconds for American Derek Poundstone. Meanwhile, Jack McIntosh really struggling with stone number 3.
Finished!
So your current leader, American Derek Poundstone, all 5 stones at a time of 51.94 seconds. For McIntosh, 2 stones in 23.58.
Poundstone, he puts up a solid run, but he just doesn't seem aggressive and fast enough. I don't think that time's going to hold up.
We will see. Right now, he's standing by with Maylene Ramey.
That was not an easy task, Derek. You were able to get 5 stones up, but you seemed a little frustrated. Do you think that was enough to get you into the final?
Unlikely. That was pretty slow. Probably one of my slowest series I've completed ever in Worlds. We've had a brutal qualifying round. I've left the door open. We'll see if Caron can slip in. It's the ball's in his court now.
After 6 events, it definitely takes a toll. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So that'll take us to the last heat. JF Caron of Quebec City, Canada, has never been in the World's Strongest Man final. It really hasn't been close, so you have to believe there's incredible pressure on the 30-year-old. Zydrunas Savickas, on the other hand, the champion in 2009 and 2010, doesn't look phased at the moment at all. The overall leader's chances to advance to the final have been helped by what has occurred in the first 2 heats. Now, there are plenty of other scenarios for Savickas to advance, but they both know that they move on if they beat Derek Poundstone's score of 5 stones in 51.94 seconds.
And that 50-plus second time may have been good 10 years ago, but in today's world with guys like Caron and Savickas, you've got to be turning in times around 30 seconds.
Both men on that 3rd stone, which weighs 330 pounds. This 4th stone, 360 pounds. And Savickas is onto the final stone, 405 pounds.
And here we see that 30-second benchmark, Todd. Not the fastest runs ever with the stones, but both athletes well in the mid-30s, easily beating Poundstone.
JF Caron is going on to the final. His time, 37.43 seconds, good enough for 2nd place. And the 2-time champ, Zydrunas Savickas, wins the Atlas Stones in a time of 35.85 seconds.
Both athletes knew that Poundstone's mark to beat of 51.94 was easily within their reach. JF Caron, he was consistent, he was hungry throughout all qualifying rounds. He'll squeak in just behind the big man and go to the final.
So for the first time in his World's Strongest Man career, American Derek Poundstone does not qualify for the final. The first surprise of the qualifying round that will take plenty of twists and turns. Maylene's with our two finalists.
Zydrunas, you've won World's Strongest Man twice before. How focused are you to win it for the third time?
As always, I want to win. I'm training hard and improve some events from last year, and I'm looking forward to have a good fight in final with all the best athletes from around the world.
10 of the strongest men in the world. JF, congratulations. What does it mean to you to reach your first World's Strongest Man final?
Oh, I'm so really happy to go in final for the first time. Maybe it's not the last one. And now just give my best. The stress go out of me now. Very nervous before the last event. Salut tout le monde, je vous aime. Je suis rendu en finale.
Chapeau, good job, guys.
5 stones and 35.85 seconds gave Zydrunas Savickas his third win in 6 events. In second place, it was JF Caron, who comfortably beat Derek Poundstone's time by over 14 seconds. He had to work a little harder than most probably expected, but Savickas wins the group with 31.5 points. Caron is content with second place. It's enough to qualify for his first final.
It is awesome to see 3 brand new competitors here, and this is a great way to break them in. Nah is struggling right off the bat just to find a handhold. There's no time when the clock's running to be fooling around. You just got to grip that thing, rip it off the ground, and go.
275 pounds in hand.
Keurig is really showing efficiency. He's running back to every item. He's already on the 4th anvil.
And remember, Keurig just weighs in at 287 pounds. These anvils, 275. He's on the 4th and final anvil.
And you can see he's hitting the wall, but he's so efficient and so determined, there's no way he's going to lose this heat.
And he stops the clock at 42.55 seconds, so that becomes the mark to beat. Eddie Hall of England also stopping the clock with a respectable time of 49.82. And now it's down to the rookie, Akos Naj.
Akos, you've really got to respect him. He knows he can't win the heat, but he's here to do his best. First time ever for all 3 of these men at World's Strongest Man.
And the Hungarian just tumbles to the ground with 275 pounds, not credited with that 4th one. But your winner of heat number 1, Sebastian Keurig of Poland, 42.55 seconds.
Keurig was masterful. He was so quick, so efficient. He gave 100%, and it shows in his result.
But the 4th and final anvil was a little bit too much for the Hungarian, Akos Naj. There's Mike Jenkins, the former football player from James Madison University at 6'6", 400 pounds, now makes his home in Pennsylvania. Next to him, an even bigger man, Iceland's Hafthor Bjornsson, 6'9", 419 pounds. Hard to believe he's just 23. And at 43, Nick Best is the oldest athlete here. The former finalist at 6'3", 320 pounds. He resides in Las Vegas.
Another super exciting grouping. How can you not be interested with a guy like Hafthor Bjornsson? This is what Strongman is all about. And we've got Mike Jenkins here to push him. This is a great matchup. Nick Best, also very capable, but he's quickly falling behind Hafthor and Jenkins here. Man, the way Thor rips those anvils off the ground, he makes them look like playthings. He just pops them up and goes. Wow, did you see that, Todd?
42.55 seconds is the mark to beat, and these men are in an absolute foot race to the 4th and final anvil, which weighs 275.
It is awesome to watch Hafthor, 23 years young, making it look like a walk in the park. He's having fun.
And he gets the win. Hafthor Bjornsson stops the clock in 38.29 seconds, just ahead of Mike Jenkins. Mike Jenkins, though, a very strong performance. Remember, he got 2nd place, his time 40.58, looking to be consistent.
Hafthor so intense, so efficient, and just flat out runs with all 4 anvils.
Well, the Icelandic giant looks to be pleased with the start of his qualifying round, and I don't think anyone is going to try to stop him from enjoying it. Bjornsson wins the loading race. Mike Jenkins finishes second. Sebastian Kurek only outweighs the anvils by 12 pounds, was an impressive third. Then it was Best, Hall, and Notch.